Okay, everybody, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where we are dealing with the second case, and we're in it deep now. We're in the trial, trying to save Maya Fey from being convicted, quite likely wrongfully. We're like 100% sure she wasn't the killer. Convicted of murdering her sister Mia. Oh no, what a tragic situation. We now have one of the prime witnesses, April May, here in the stand giving her testimony, which we are going to have to poke some holes into. At first, last episode, I thought that she's just an innocent witness to this whole shenanigan right here. But it's starting to seem like she might actually be involved in this whole case somehow. For one, she had in her hotel room a wiretap. And don't think I haven't forgotten that the little detail when we were inside Mia's office that the phone had been screwed with. Phoenix didn't really get too much on that detail, but that was something that was called out in there, that something had been done with the phone, so could it be connected with this wiretap? Well, Oxum's razor wants to come in and shave at this. Let's not jump to anything yet. Now, before I review Ms. May's testimony, I have to apologize, you guys. I screwed up at the end of last episode once I was done recording. I was so excited about this game and this testimony that after I was done recording, I still read through Ms. May's entire testimony, and that actually triggered a bit of dialogue from Phoenix, which, because I hadn't saved, we can't get that anymore. I had to save after that. So I'm so sorry. It wasn't a huge thing, but it was a bit of a clue. We'll see if it comes up again, because we're going to go through her testimony just to refresh you guys, right here, right now. So, what did you see again, Ms. May?
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her.
Huh, that's it? Nothing really jumps out as a contradiction. There's gotta be something in there somewhere. Maybe I'd better just press her on the facts a bit.
Okay, cool. So that's the dialogue that I got last time as well, which was a clue that there doesn't seem to actually be any contradictions that we can bust her on. Certainly not. I probably would not have noticed anything there. So instead, we need to press her on these details. So I'm glad we got that dialogue again. I mean, as you can see, it wasn't a big deal. I could have filled you guys in if we wouldn't have gotten it the second time. But, yeah, we did, so good. Now you all know what's up and up. And I'm sorry about that. I promise to not let my curiosity get the better of me next time, and I'll just quit the game once I'm done recording, so, yeah. Crisis averted. Okay, well, I guess we'll start with the pressing game.
Why did you do that?
Oh, look out at the window at 9 o'clock?
Huh? Why? Why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, it's a little circumstantial for sure. Like, you're allowed to look out of a window when you're in a hotel, huh? It could just be I'm really doubting it's not a coincidence, but, you could absolutely frame it as just a coincidence.
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of,
You okay?
I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one?
Oh, I see. Is there gonna be negative consequences? I still haven't worked out, what the negative consequences in this game are. Are we gonna get some if I wrongfully press her on this? But this seems like a good thing to press her on, because that was a really dodgy answer she gave. So let's see what happens if I go a little harder on her, and let's hope this doesn't blow the entire case in my face that I do this.
Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Oh shit. Remember, he's here. Oh my god, did you forget the big boy Edgeworth? Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
Badgering?
You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Stop him! The poor girl! Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl? What about poor me?
You looked out the window. What did you see next? Oh man, Edgeworth is on me like, he was already just running circles around me last episode, if you remember, and now he busted me on that as well. Holy schmoly. I don't think we should press her on this. This is a pretty much a fact, so we'll skip over this. Like, I love about Edgeworth last time, they are already selling him so hard as, like, this is a lawyer to watch out for, a prosecutor who can deal with you easily. The way he, like, threw down that, like, new autopsy that, like, completely contradicted our autopsy, it was a great counter after the first case got us complacent about just busting out victories with the right evidence. Like, really good, like, turning the tables, speaking of turnabouts. And there was another thing I liked about Edgeworth, let me think. Oh yeah, and like, he even got to my headspace, me as the player, cause I started accusing him of being a sham, which is such a lame retort. Like, it looks so pathetic to go after him with that angle, like, you're a sham and a fraud, like, that just looks really bad on me, honestly, in, like, hindsight, like, so he totally, like, was messing with Phoenix there, and me as the player to some degree. That is very, very cool. Anyway, yes, so the one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. I think this is something worth pressing. Also, that meter to the top right, I don't know its significance yet, but it has not budged, good or bad, even though we just got reprimanded by the judge, so I don't know how to feel yet. Once again, I felt bad about being called out there by Edgeworth and the judge, but I don't know yet if that's gonna ruin our case. Anyway, let's continue.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right.
Oh my god, should we question this testimony? Oh my god, do I test my luck again? Oh, let's try it.
Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that.
Oh my god, do we actually go for that? Oh my god, I'm playing with fire here, I feel like. I don't know what I'm doing if I go with this. Shit.
Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yeah, this is a really bad move to accuse someone of lying without any evidence of that, lying in court. I don't know, I think I may have to reload a save soon. This is bad.
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique.
Huh?
What? No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me.
I guess so. I don't know.
However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. Oh, I was there! I was a witness!
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Wow! What are you trying to say, you mean liar?
Uh-oh, she's got that twitch in her eye.
I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
Holy shit, thank goodness that gamble paid off. That was like you're playing Fire Emblem and you have like 46% chance to hit the enemy, and you're like, but I could kill it if I just do this gamble, and it's just like, who gambles wins, and then you just managed to get that hit in, and that's what this just felt like. Oh my god. A new testimony, holy shizma, let's go.
I did see everything, I did! The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
Oh, that's so funny, we're still going on the hippie line? I love that. That's so funny.
And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock. The kind of statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Oh, cool. Now the judge is okay with us doing another cross-examination, because I guess even he realizes, that was a bit stinky. Alright, so she saw everything. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. The girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
Objection! What is so hippie about these clothes? Come on now. It's a very responsible fashion choice, I'd say.
She hit her with that weapon. You saw it, you did. That clock, kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think.
Her previous testimony must have been what Edgeworth wanted her to say. So this was the testimony in her own words? Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course.
Oh, that's cool. You get a little bit of... So that seems to be consistent. You get a little bit of dialogue from Phoenix that maybe gives you a hint if you scroll through the entire testimony. Now let's look at our evidence that we could throw down. The murder weapon looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock made by Larry Butts. I don't know if I can present that yet, so I'm gonna press her on that, but I find it a little suspicious that she would know that it's a clock. Once again, that seems a little odd. Guess we could also look at this, I don't know. Oh, let's press on this just for hexies real quick. Since single layer presses don't seem to shake the boat too much, let's get some. Is that right, as in you're right, as you look from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again?
That is an odd way to phrase it.
Right! It was my right hand. Right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. Let's try a press here as well.
How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun.
Oh yeah, she was about to say, that was what you said she was wearing, which, you know, if she saw her, she wouldn't need confirmation. Damn. What happened then? We didn't bust her quite yet. She hit her with the weapon, I saw it, I did. I will press her on this as well.
Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What sort of weapon was it? Alright, that wasn't much of a... Okay. The clock? Statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. Lol. Here we go. I gotta get her on this because yeah.
Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Yeah, this is again. I've mentioned it's so odd that the same kind of plot points and evidence are like being replayed. I'm glad the game itself is calling that out. It's so funky.
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now.
Oh, I think we do have to present something to her. Oh shit! How do I convince? Should I just throw the clock down as evidence? I think that's my safest bet. I mean, we have to go on the clock angle. Phoenix himself said it. Let's do this.
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer.
Yes, I see the double entendre now, Miss May, but not quite the angle I was going for.
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it.
Yes, I knew it. Okay, good. See, that had to be the angle. Okay, I was just afraid that maybe how interacting with the presentation, how that would work. I wasn't 100% sure if throwing this clock down as evidence would trigger that. It's that video, not video game, what was it? It's that adventure game logic sometimes of are you applying the item in a right way? That was the same hesitation I had there. But I'm glad we went with the logical outcome here.
Ugh.
Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Yeah, what do you say to that, Ms. May and Edgeworth? Yeah, let's hear your words, Edgeworth. I'm curious now.
Order! Order! Ms. May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh.
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that is important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Excuse me? Judge? Oh, thank goodness. I was like, what?
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Yeah, plural was a little presumptuous of you, but sure. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Hell yeah. Justice is blind? I guess it's a compliment in this situation.
That was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
Oh, awesome. Like, she was probably prepped by Edgeworth to have this case ended, like, already with the first testimony, so she is clearly now off of her balance with us throwing down these extra questions. Like, she was not ready to, like, deal with this. Edgeworth was probably like, don't worry, we will clear this very early. You won't have to do anything serious there. It'll be a nice run and dry situation. You just tell them what you saw, and it'll all be over. Don't worry about any follow-ups. This Wright person, I have a feeling he's not up to snuff, so it'll all go well, my dear. But now we go in.
What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Fay and Company?
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay and Company, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, I'm not.
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now.
Absolutely not. No. This has to go on. I have to figure something out. I think the idea that you can hear a clock across the street is a little fishy. Maybe 9 o'clock at night if it's really quiet in the city, you might, but I don't know how you'd even make the connection if you heard it like that.
I'm not satisfied because...
It couldn't have rung! There's no batteries in it! Because the call mentions... Yes!
Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang.
Because it's empty!
That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look, right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Oh shit, and you know what's gonna happen next? Edgeworth is gonna be like, well, how do you know it was empty at the time of the murder, Mr. Wright? Prove that, why don't you? And then we're gonna be like, well, I have this phone call right here, so why don't you take a look at this? Which is gonna prove that freaking it was already empty before the murder happened. Ah, yes, we're doing it! Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May?
Oh shit, here he comes.
Eh?
Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh shit, but now I'm like enjoying this because I have him now. Impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is...
Let's just remind us all, here's the call between Mia and Maya. And they talk about the clock, and Mia says the clock isn't talking right now. I had to take the clockwork out and put some papers. This happened at 9 in the morning, so you, Edgeworth, are SOL!
Take a look at this!
That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Oh, wait, this isn't my phone.
Look at that face he makes. Holy shit. That's really funny. Oh, you sneaky Phoenix.
Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it?
The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Oh my god, that's amazing. We finally broken Edgeworth's veneer. That face he was making right there. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Yeah, I've been actually feeling super bad for Gumshoe, even though he kind of is our opponent in this situation. He's caught up in stuff he's, doesn't belong in, the poor guy.
Let's hear the conversation.
Beep.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then?
If you could.
I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? Oh, that's lame.
I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before? That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Hell yes, I can't believe I'm actually I was so worried at the start of this, but I'm actually on the ball at the moment.
The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
Okay, I think the thinker itself is the proof because it's made by Larry Butts. Like she said, oh yeah, it was a store or something. This isn't a purchasable item. This is handcrafted by Larry Butts. So how do you like the smell of that, Butts?
It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores!
Miss May, I think it's time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh? Excuses not on sale today?
Oh, sassy Phoenix. Oh, that's good. That's so good. How cathartic after how tough this has been so far.
Oh!
She's going Super Saiyan! What the fuck?
What's it to you, Porcupine Head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it! And she should die for it! Die!
Well, I think the charm factor over the jury is starting to evaporate.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves! This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm!
Silly me! Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Oh, scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor, allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because...
You had heard about it, yes. She was not there for the murder, but she had heard about it.
Because she has a wiretap! Oh my god!
The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
By the way, have you noticed how Edgeworth has been silent for so many scenes now? I think, again, it's a sign that we are freaking winning this. He's got nothing. He was hoping for this to end like in the beginning testimony. And he tried to recover when we busted Ms. May with our little coercion, but he's like out. He's ring outed at the moment.